The sun is setting on yet another wonderful day here in the Queen City. We're seeing plenty of beautiful views around our live camera network. Good afternoon, I'm meteorologist Erin Ashley. Lots to unpack in this holiday week forecast. We're going to get to all that here in just a second. Just a reminder though, there's going to be a lot to talk about, so please buckle in, ask your questions. We will get to those answers as soon as we can. But for now, let's talk about what's happening right now, which is shaping up to be a pretty nice evening. I mean, we reached a high today of 52 here in Cincinnati after waking up at 25 degrees. Tomorrow's going to be colder than it was today. We're talking a high tomorrow of 40 degrees. Several of us are going to struggle to get to that point, but don't worry, temperatures are going to be pretty quick to warm back up. That's on our radar for next week during the holidays, and other things on our radar, several opportunities for rain. And before we even start unpacking that, no big chances for rain. We're talking most of us maybe by the end of the week get half of an inch of rain when everything is said and done. So, I mean, this could affect your travel, but it's not looking like it's going to be having a massive impact, for lack of better term. Right now, temperatures shaped up to be a pretty chilly evening, of course, with partly cloudy skies, 48 degrees right now, so not too bad, but reminder, it does feel a little bit chillier with those winds coming in from the southwest. Coming from the north, though, that's going to be happening overnight, and that's because a cold front not too far away. That's where it is right now, just in north central Indiana. As this passes, I'm not expecting anything in the way of rain. You're going to notice some passing clouds. The breeze will be more noticeable as well, but this is going to be a dry cold front for us here in the tri-state area. It's going to cause temperatures to fall pretty dramatically overnight. I mean, most of us, actually no, we do, some of us still in the 50s, Falmouth and Lebanon, but most of us have dropped back into the 40s. Some of us a little colder than others. It's 41 in Connorsville, Hillsborough at 42, and 43 up in Wilmington right now. And winds not too shabby. They're coming in from the southwest still. Again, we're waiting on that cold front to fully kick on through. And when that happens, a little bit later on this evening, those winds are going to switch direction pretty quickly, and you're going to notice those temperatures falling pretty quickly. Again, we're waking up tomorrow morning in the middle 20s and only hitting around 40 degrees towards the afternoon. Here's the rest of your evening, getting out the door over the next few hours. Again, those clouds just going to thicken up. Temperatures, they're going to be dropping into the upper 30s by about 10 o'clock. Again, the frontal passage is really going to pull in those colder temperatures stepping out the door tomorrow morning. To give you an idea of what to expect, I mean, 26 is our forecast low here in Cincinnati, and between 9 o'clock and 3 o'clock in the morning, we're going to be dropping from the 40s to the 20s. Pretty dramatic drop just with that cold front passing on through, and it's going to be impacting your plans tomorrow. That cold air will for sure. But it's colder, drier air. Tomorrow afternoon, I'm seeing plenty of sunshine in that forecast. It's just not reflecting in the temperatures too much. Again, most of us struggling to get back into the 40s. You're going to want a heavier coat tomorrow than you wore today, especially with the evening temperatures dropping into the 20s beyond 6 o'clock. Again, that's for your Sunday, stepping into your week ahead, your holiday week ahead. It's a very exciting week ahead, of course. We do have above normal temperatures. Again, those temperatures quick to rebound. Tomorrow is one of the cooler days out of the next 10 with a high of 40 degrees, and that's just a hair below normal. We're in around that 47 degree mark for Monday. Tuesday, noticeably warmer there, middle 50s. A brief little dip in the temperatures for Christmas Eve. A dip. We're talking like a couple degrees difference there. And then Thursday, Christmas Day, still looks like it's going to be the warmest out of the next 10 because we are seeing a little bit more active weekend on tap. I'm eyeing Sunday, the 28th, so keep that in mind for holiday travel. As far as rain chances go, again, we have several opportunities for rain this week. Our best opportunities, though, the great news here, and you're going to see it on your weather timeline here in just a second, most of these are not going to happen when the sun is up. Daytime plans looking pretty good. Like that 50% you see there on Monday, that's for the evening. Overnight into Tuesday, basically. Something to keep an eye on for those late evening plans, but it's not during the day on Monday. And then that 20 you see there on Tuesday, that's just drizzle possible in the morning. Again, all these opportunities you see here through the rest of these 10 days, except for Sunday, a week from tomorrow, that's looking like a little bit more of a substantial rain event. But all of those up until Sunday, relatively light impact with them. It's just the fact that we do have opportunity after opportunity after opportunity here. So here's what it looks like on your weather timeline. Again, Monday starts those active days, those rainy active days. But again, mainly the evening, the green starts to creep back in. I put the temperatures on here for you guys because, yeah, maybe we see like a little bit of mixing, but you're going to notice overnight into your Tuesday, warmer air actually pulls into the tri-state as that happens. So we go from the upper 30s to the mid to low 40s overnight into Tuesday. It's the power of systems like this. We bring in that more moist air, but also it's warmer air too, and it's going to keep us from seeing any snow with this. Now Tuesday itself, a little bit of drizzle in the morning, maybe a sprinkle in the afternoon, but most of the day is dry. Temperatures are going to be nearing 60 degrees for us in northern Kentucky. Most of us are going to be in the mid to low 50s though. And then Wednesday, Christmas Eve, again, a reminder there that most of the day is going to be dry. But the later we get into the evening, keep this in mind for perhaps the midnight services heading into Christmas. We're going to be watching out for a little bit of rain. Look where it happens. It's right around midnight on Christmas. So Santa going to be flying around in the sky to a little bit of rain. Again, not noticing anything too big here, but it'll be impactful for Santa, one, but also if you're heading out to any of those midnight services on Christmas at midnight. You guys get the point. Now Christmas itself, watching out for some morning showers. We're still tracking some rain there in your Christmas Day forecast. However, look here, I mean, temperatures are going to be warm, so it's all rain with highs near the mid to low 60s. And the rain that we do see is really disorganized and it's very light. So bring the umbrella. You might run into some showers out there on the roads if you're traveling on Christmas Day, but at least it's not snow, and at least it's not heavy rain, and at least it's not storms, right? It could always be worse. It could always be better, though. I wish I had the better news for you guys, but still tracking some rain. Still want to keep an eye on that forecast should anything change. And then once again, another opportunity for some rain moving through really early on Friday morning. So let's try to summarize this all together because I know there's just a lot of opportunities here. We have our better opportunity for rain arriving as soon as Monday night. So tomorrow's great. Tonight's great, tomorrow's great, and most of Monday is going to be great. But this 50% that you see back there, that's for the evening, overnight into Tuesday. Tuesday, that 20% you see there, a drizzle. Maybe Tuesday morning. Again, most of the day is dry. Same thing with Wednesday, Christmas Eve, but that 40% chance you see there, it's looking really late into the evening, borderline overnight into Christmas. Most of your Christmas Eve is going to be dry from what I'm seeing. And that 30% you see there on Christmas itself, I'd say that's probably going to be one of those days in which you'll see some rain throughout the daylight hours. It's probably the best opportunity to see it out of the next 10 days during when the sun is up, but at least it's not big rain. It's about a 30% chance. So you might not see any rain on Christmas Day at all. And then we're eyeing Sunday of next weekend for our next pattern changing rain, how I like to say it. It's going to be strong enough, potent enough to knock down those temperatures once again. So I guess all good things, all warm things do come to an end. Okay, let's see if we can answer any questions for you guys right now. It is 6:09. JD is tuning in. What is the weather for tomorrow morning? The weather for Canton tomorrow morning, and how am I doing today? I'm doing well, JD. Thanks for tuning in. Weather for tomorrow morning, we're waking up cold here, middle 20s. We're seeing a little bit of clouds out there, but I'd say throughout the day on Sunday, you'll see more and more sunshine. So that's the plus there. And then Canton, very similar forecast to us here. Watch out for just a couple of light sprinkles, maybe a little bit of snow with those northwesterlies coming off of the lake. I don't think it'll make it that far south, but can't rule it out. Generally pretty light impact there. I'd say it's going to be colder though for Canton. Okay, let's roll on in, talk about how much rain we're talking about because we have many opportunities. You saw it just a second ago. We've got how many days? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days in a row. 7 if you include Sunday of next weekend, in which we have the opportunity for some showers. But look at this. We don't have big rain here between now and next Saturday at midnight, granted. 1/2 inch. Maybe some of us northeast of Cincinnati getting closer to that inch mark. So the green means you receive at least 1/2 inch, whereas some of us might be closer to that inch mark. But given the fact that that is because this is the result of several days of rain, it really just reiterates each opportunity we see for rain. One, you might not see any at all, and two, if you do see it, it's going to be pretty light. And that includes Christmas Day. So let's talk about Christmas extremes for you guys. I mean, it's going to be warm this year. That hasn't changed. Our forecast really for Christmas this year hasn't changed at all. We're still forecasting high in the 60s, 63, and some rain pulling on through the tri-state. Again, pretty light, pretty disorganized, nothing too impactful to travel, but still going to be there. And our most recent white Christmas, just 3 years ago in 2022, we had 2 inches of snow on the ground. And the year prior was actually our hottest Christmas at 2021 at 69 degrees. So our forecast high this year, 63, is pretty close to that. Yeah. And I mean, we have a fun graphic. The 6 warmest Christmas days here on record in Cincinnati. And with this new forecast high of 63, should we verify that or we reach 63, that would mean we would be, this year would be 5th place for warmest Christmases of all time here in Cincinnati. I don't think we're going to get a record. We're pretty close just relatively, but no new records here, and that's usually a good thing. I'd say the biggest impact, though, to your Christmas holiday, your travel, going to be those light opportunities for some rain, and the breezes are going to be noticeable, too. I'm seeing some gusts up to about 25 miles per hour. We're going to call them nice because they could be worse, right? So your Christmas Day forecast list. Nice on temperature, low 60s. Naughty on precip, rain chances, thankfully not snow for any of us hitting the roads. And then winds, straddling the line now between nice and naughty. It's not enough to warrant any wind advisories or anything like that, but you'll notice the breeze stepping out the door. And beyond Christmas, I know Christmas is less than 7 days away. In fact, it's 5 days away now, which means we're starting to forecast for 2026. And like the end of 2025, the beginning of 2026 is looking pretty warm on average. Which reminder that average for this time of year means high temperatures right around the low 40s. So even though this looks like it's going to be, oh my gosh, it's going to be super, super warm, it's all relative, right? So we could see high temperatures pretty consistently, middle to upper 40s. So still jacket worthy, still a little bit more on the cooler side, but warmer than we typically are for this time of year and that time of year, starting to get into 2026. All right, here's your first alert extended forecast. It's 6:13 temperatures right now, not too bad in the upper 40s. We're going to be dropping into the middle 20s into that first day of winter. Starts tomorrow, and ever so fittingly, it is one of the cooler days out of the next 7, but it is very normal, very seasonal, high of 40 degrees. And we're briefly cooler once again because Monday temperatures warming back up, upper 40s after a very cold start in the mid 20s. Again, an afternoon to evening chance for some showers pulling on into the tri-state. Tuesday, drizzle early, mild in the afternoon. Look at that temp jump from the mid 40s Monday to the middle 50s on Tuesday. A little bit of a dip there on Wednesday, just with a brief wind shift. So 53 your forecast high for Christmas Eve, and it's going to be cloudy. Christmas Day, morning light showers. The afternoon and into your evening look a little bit better and warmer as a result, though. 63 degrees. Great Christmas forecast there. And then heading into your Friday, notice the morning low matches the daytime high. You have 2 60s there. I'll point it out to you guys. So 60, 60. Like, how's that possible? Well, it's because temperatures are going to be falling throughout the day on Friday. So that's 60. You see there, yeah, that's your forecast high, but it's also going to be around midnight that we see that temperature because afternoon temps on Friday, I'm seeing them falling back into the 40s and then into the 30s overnight into your Saturday, which is just going to be a little bit cooler in the upper 50s. And then watching out for the next Bengals home game on the 28th, 49 degrees. We got some rain pooling through the tri-state, and from what I'm seeing now, it's a bigger it's part of this bigger system because look at the temperatures behind it. It's going to be cooler behind that rain chance, and it's also going to be sunnier. So we're pulling on in a big old wind shift, which means we could see some substantial rain. Keep that in mind for the Bengals game on the 28th, so that's a week from tomorrow. I don't think you need to cancel any plans, of course. It's looking like all rain with high temperatures in the upper 40s. Okay, let's see if we have any more questions coming on in, and I'm not seeing any. Hopefully that means people are pretty confident in this forecast. Love to hear that, especially since there's so many opportunities for rain here and there. We'll let you know if anything changes, and I'll have the latest model data for you guys coming up tonight after the football games here on Fox 19. But for now, signing off here in Queens Gate, I'm meteorologist Erin Ashley. Have a great night.